Hello out there, it's David Driscoll, welcoming you to K&L Spirits Journal week number 2. Second time we've done this now. See if I can work out some kinks, not say every 2 seconds. We will be going over a few things today that I did not have enough time to write up for the blog in article print form because we've been absolutely destroyed this week. I even had nightmares 2 nights ago that I woke up in my room and was still trying to help customers find bottles. In any case, let's recap the year-end awards that we did on the blog this week. First was the Irish Whiskies of the Year. I chose the Slieve Foy 8-year. It's an independent bottling of Cooley. It's delicious, white wine, sweet grains, rich vanilla, very tasty. David O.G. did the Redbreast 15, the older expression of Redbreast that overtook the 12 this year, and is finally really gaining steam. I've seen this thing fly more than the 12 over the last week, and that's good because it's a very tasty whiskey and people need to try it. Gins of the year, David O.G. chose the Ransom, the Old Tom gin out of Oregon. I've been using that all year as well for Negronis and sweet vermouth drinks, but when it came down to it for me, I think I'm just so enamored with the Rusty Blade. I love it. And apparently everyone else does, because in Redwood City, we're sold out, and we're going to sell out in San Francisco probably today. Davern is supposed to bring some more on Friday, the last of it, and then that will be it. It will be gone forever. In the meantime, if you got a bottle of Rusty Blade Gin already, something you might want to do with it is make Davern's creation, which is the Rusty Nutcracker, where you take his walnut liqueur and the Blade Gin, you do equal amounts, stir that up in some ice and 3 dashes of orange bitters, strain it into a cocktail glass, and you've got a hell of a drink. I love it. Although I think it might be a little strong for some people, so you might want to add a little more walnut than gin. But for me, it's perfect. All the holiday spices just brimming. I wanted to talk briefly, too, about the Compass Box Double and Single. It seems like nobody's really done a lot of online reviewing of this malt, and I can see why, because I think everybody's afraid that they're not getting something. It's a very good whiskey, although I've talked more people out of it than into it, just because it's so delicate, and it's not something that you sip and say, wow, this is obviously a $135 bottle of whiskey. It's a little weird, and it's a little light for some people, so I don't know if anybody really wants to put themselves out there with that right now. I like it, but we'll see what other people think. Also new this week was the importation of Glenglassaugh to the United States. Glenglassaugh is a formerly mothballed distillery. It was closed down in 1986. It's been reopened by some new investors, and they are releasing some old casks that they acquired via the purchase of Glenglassaugh. This is the 26-year-old bottling, which will come out in decanter form. I have not tasted it yet, but I've heard it's delish. And they're also doing this kind of gift pack, 200 milliliter expression bottle sizes of the 25, 37, and 43-year-old expressions. They come in this little leather-bound case. And I'm really, really excited to try those. It's not cheap. I think they'll be like $500 for the 3. But you figure you're getting some serious old whiskey here in it from casks of a mothball distillery. And hopefully I'll get a chance to taste them and give you a little more further insight on whether it's worth the cash. So we'll see. But that's exciting. I also had a chance to taste some Signatory cask strength expressions that Val also left with me. And I have to say, I don't know if my palate was off or if I had eaten something or if it's just fatigue from one hell of a week, but I came home last night and I had all these little sample bottles, and I have to say none of them really blew me away, and these are old cask strength single cask expressions, so they're not going to be inexpensive. But there was a Kalila 24, a Macallan 22, which was actually unsherried, so it was very light. The Highland Park 23 and an Aberlour, which was good, but it tasted just exactly like our barrel that we still have from 80 Rattray. So that would be a little superfluous to bring in both. But I didn't know if I was off, so I went and I got the 19-year-old Signatory Laphroaig that I still have a bottle of, and I drank that, and I know I like that, and that tasted good, but it still didn't taste great, so maybe I was just off a bit. But if you want something great that is very affordable, these are both in now, independent bottlings of the Isle of Arran and Alcroisk from Blackadder. The Arran is bottled as La Carranza, which is the name of the castle, I guess, where Arran is. And it's 11 years old, raw casks, so nothing's been done to it. It's just straight out of the cask into the bottle. The Alcroysk is 18 years old, rich, delicious. Both are great malts. They're both like 75 bucks. Get them while they're here because they're fabulous. Also, just came in this week is the 2-year-old cask strength single barrel rye from Willet. They probably bought it from Heaven Hill. I don't know that for sure. Oh, no. I think they bought it from Indiana, maybe. The guys that make Redemption. In any case, it's a spicy, big, hot rye. Good for mixing, 35 bucks. So you don't have to feel bad about pouring it over the ice. I think it needs it, personally. Also, a new Amaro came in this week that I'm very excited about because Amari in general are not inexpensive, and if they are inexpensive, then they're really good. This is the Card Amaro, and it tastes very similar to Amaro Nonino, which I think is the best of the Amaro that we carry, of the Amari, excuse me, that we carry. It is 35 bucks though, or 40 bucks even. And I think that's a little pricey for some people who really don't know what it is and haven't decided whether they like sweet and bitter together for a digestif after a meal. However, the Card Amaro is coming in at $18.99, so very affordable, very tasty, and if you want to break something out this holiday after your meal to help you digest your food, that's a little sweet, it's a little bit bitter, a little herby, the Card Amaro is the way to go. I have one, and I'll be drinking it. Happy holidays, and I will see you all after the break. Take care.